Right, okay, welcome back. It's been over a month. It's probably getting on, by the time this comes out, it might even be 5 or 6 weeks. Apologies for the delay. Can't do nothing about that. It's just things have happened, life gets in the way. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get to this section here, which will be where Exehaven Harbour station will be. And if I can get round there, because there is so much stuff in the way. This is the part that runs straight down there, if you remember. It's been so long. Now what I'm going to do, I was actually trying to fix the holes, but that has been just such a pain in the backside that in the end I've just decided to get myself some more ply. So that's waiting, that's been cut to size just about. And we're going to fit that. We're going to take these two boards out, that one and that one, and then I'm going to take that other board out because that's got a whacking great hole in it as well. And what we're going to do with that is kind of cut it in half. Oh, well, I won't be cutting that in half, but I've got two sheets that will go straight across there. So yeah, so that's my next stage. What I'm going to have to do is take the back board down, the back seam board down, just so that I can get in there, which is a little bit of a pain, but I'm going to have to drop it anyway, so it's not really a pain. So I shall come back to you once I've done that. It's going to take a little while, but you know, it's something that would be boring to watch, but I've got to find room for everything because the place is just in such a mess. And I honestly haven't been in here to touch anything for 6 weeks. The only thing that I did do was put the fishing boat over there by the bridge, and I've got a couple of odd tools out of here when I've needed them. I've been doing stuff at home, all around the house. So yeah, so there we are. So it's good to be back, and we'll get cracking. Right, so there we go. After probably a good half an hour, 3/4 of an hour's work, that's been quite a bit more difficult than I thought. The tops are off, and I shall be obviously at some stage putting it all back on. And this is where I discovered my woodworking skills when I first started weren't as good as perhaps they are now. So there's going to be some corrections over there, but to be honest, it's fine. It's just a couple of bits I remember at the back there were not quite straight because they were so awkward to get at, and for me, not really having done any woodwork before when I first done this, it was a bit daunting, really, a bit hard work. But anyway, we can go back and sort that out now. Going to have to put another piece through the middle there at least to brace it up, if I'm going to have two sheets on there. Never done that last time, which maybe was good, maybe it wasn't, but anyway, it all seemed to work okay. So, and it was all pretty level actually. So there we go. So that's where we're at, and I'll come back to you when we get a bit further. Right, okay, so there we go. A good morning's work done there. A lot of cutting. And I do hand cut everything because I haven't got loads and loads of power tools. I've got a few, but most of the long cuts here have been hand cut with a saw. And I've got to say, I do have a jigsaw, but hand cutting is by far the most accurate on long straight pieces. And even if I use a guide, I've tried that before, and it's worked okay, but not, you know, by the time I've faffed about, I can have it cut by hand. So, you know, and I'm no carpenter by any means. For those of you that have followed me for a long time, you'll have seen from the beginning, you know, this was the first time I've really done any carpentry ever. And, you know, and for those of you, you know, there are a lot of you out there that are very good at this sort of thing. I know that, and I watch Jason Wood being a prime example. Fantastic, his layout, the way that he's built everything there out of wood is brilliant. Well done, Jason. I wish I had his skills, really. But yeah, those of you that are like me, give it a go. You know, the thing is, it is slightly out here and there, but it's not particularly bad, and you can always fix things as you go. You know, and never worry. If you want to get on with it, just get on with it. It's obviously, if you're miles out, then that's no good. But I mean, the odd millimetre here and there, which is what this boarding is in here, will be the odd millimetre out. It's not much more than that. And actually, a good example of this, and I can't really show you it now, but that bit along there was about 1 mil out, and possibly even 2 mil. And all I've done to even it up, underneath the board here is some cork, and I just slotted the cork in. It's all screwed in, screwed down, and now it's perfectly okay. So, you know, you can get away with things, like I say, as long as you're not too far out. But anyway, like I say, good morning's work. I'm going in for some lunch now, and then I'm going to come back out this afternoon and then tackle the rest of this room and get the back scene in place again, and hopefully all will go well. But yeah, it is in such a mess, and I hate working in a mess. I really, really hate it. But at the moment, I've got no other choice. The garage is absolutely chocker. It was one of my projects this summer, but we just haven't had a chance to do it. We might get a chance to do it by the end of the summer holidays, with Mrs. Exehaven being off, as she's a teaching assistant. But yeah, it's just, there's so much to do. I do actually want to really kit my garage out with proper shelving and everything. And once I've done that, a lot of this can go back out there. But until that point, it ain't going to happen. So we're going to have to work around it. But that's where we're at. I'll come back to you in the next segment. Right, so done. Not only that, I got so fed up with the mess in here. I've had a right good set to. I hadn't intended to spend so much time out here today, but I have, and I'm so pleased that I have. It's almost therapeutic. But we've got all the boards, all the new boards on here, so they go right up to the end where Exehaven Harbour station will be, and then we'll run all the way down to the back, over the little estuary inlet. The bit in the middle at the back will be Budley Regis, and then we'll come round into the countryside, and I think I might even do a little bit of the homage, if you like, to the Dawlish section of track between Exeter and Plymouth, and we might have a little coastal scene with a couple of tracks running across there on a beach scene with some cliffs behind, and then we'll run right in here, which where we are now, and obviously Medway Peninsula plays a big part in this layout, because that is always here, Kev, thank you very much. And this is where Exehaven town will be, and along the front here will be some docks, and more docks will be, this will be the passenger dock along here, the station will be in there. There will be somewhere round in here, round about where Kev's Medway Peninsula, I can't remember what they're called now. Whatever it is. Placemat, thank you. There'll be the whole town of Exehaven and Exehaven town station in there somewhere. So there's going to be plenty going on over the next few months and into the winter. And I'm just so pleased this is done and tidy. I've hoovered and cleaned. The back scenes are back in. There's a little bit of filling to do here and there, but you know, that's something I can do at my leisure as we go. But yeah, so really looking forward to now making a start. I'm going to start at the Exehaven station. I've got a few plans for that, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I've got about 2 or 3 plans, and I think I'm going to probably go for the easiest option out of the three, but we'll see. I'm still debating that, and I shall have another restless night tonight before I go to sleep, mulling that over, because I've changed my mind 3 times. So there we go. So good day's work. Happy. I'm very happy. So I'll catch you in the next segment. This would probably be enough. I'm going to show you a little something that I've been doing with some Metcalfe kits that I've got recently. And that will probably finish off this video, and I'll get that posted this week. So that'll be my first one for about 6 or 7 weeks. So hopefully we'll get back on track. Right, so to round up this video, I've been working on some Metcalfe kits. Now, I like a Metcalfe kit, but I actually don't like some of the detail, and mainly the roofs of the buildings. But in general, they're great little kits, and they go together very well, and they're easier to make than a scale scenes kit. The thing is, I think you see, well, it's a personal thing. I see so many Metcalfe models, and they look lovely on other people's layouts, but you see them from all the time, and I want to make them a bit different, so I have. So I went and bought myself, as a test, a pack of these workers' cottages. And the buildings that I've built at the moment are the 2 sheds that go on either side of the actual cottages themselves. You get 2 cottages and four sheds. Now, I wanted to try out different styles of brick, and this is all scale scenes brick, apart from the roof on this one, which is I believe it's called the scale cast, and I think they've actually been bought out now by a model shop, and it'll come to me shortly, down there in Sussex. What's the name of the place? Oh, Squires Models, I believe, and that's where I've got that from. And all I've done is just given it a wash. It's going to get another wash on that roof. It'll probably get a dark wash just to darken that up a bit, although I think it looks pretty good. And on this one here, it's scale scenes bricks and scale scenes roof material. It's clay roof tiles. I'll show you what they are in the middle. And when you buy the scale scenes brick sheets, they come with the coins, and they come with all the little pieces that you put over the windows, like the brickwork that goes over the window as well, like on there. I haven't done it on the other cottage, other shed, but yeah. The coins on this one I actually put on very thin card, but they actually, because it's engaged, they actually do look a little bit thick. So all I've done on this one is printed them on my A4 sticky labels and just cut out the label and stuck it on. So, but I have used some glue. So yeah, the kit comes with these barge boards as well. On this one here, I've actually made the barge boards and covered them with the scale scenes covering, so just to make them different. And like I said, they're fantastic kits, and it was something that I saw on Facebook recently. Somebody was doing that, and I thought, what a terrific idea, and I thought, well, I'll give it a go and see how it comes out. And it's pretty easy. Just got to take your time. The 2 types of stone, because the actual cottages are in sort of stone, but I think this stonework is a little bit more realistic. And it's a scale sheen sheet, and I'll show you what they are in a minute. So we'll put that back down there. So I've been very pleased actually the way they've come out, and I'm looking forward to actually getting into the cottages. As you can see, I've built the 2 sheds, and there's 2 ongoing. Now, these are the clay roof tiles, which are the redder roof tiles, and I cut them in lines. You can see along the bottom there are lines, and you just get your ruler and you cut them out. It's pretty straightforward. You've just got to take your time, and you cut them out into individual strips, and like I say, I print them on A4 sticky labels, and that gives them a little bit of a texture, and it's just takes a little bit of time, but it's such a nice little look. That's the actual workers' cottages. There is the roofing slate that I've got from Squires. On the redder brick, that's red ashlar from Scale Scenes. The other one is squared rubble, and this all comes with the Scale Scenes printouts. So you've got all the arches to go over the windows and lintels and so on, which is a great little addition. Again, in end scale, I did print some and put them on a thin piece of card, but it just doesn't need it because, you know, off of the A4 sticky label, it's probably nearly 0.5 millimetre thick, which in reality would be about the right size. So yeah, that's all worked out. It also gives you some cutting templates, which is very handy to have, so that's worth keeping. And you just print those out, stick them on card, and then you can use them as window templates. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. It has been a bit of a break, and thanks for sticking by. And it's actually really good to be back now. I'm up and running again. And we've got the cabin all sorted, and I'm starting to sort of lay the tracks down, and you'll see that in the next video. So as usual, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Thanks very much, everybody. Cheers.